Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the WCW Saturday Night Review here on Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Please subscribe, like, comment below, all that good stuff. As we have over 1,300 audios available for your listening pleasure. WCW Saturday Night, the 18th of February 1995, is our episode for this moment. These episodes are pretty short because they're predominantly squash matches, and there's no point to going into great detail over squash matches. You can't really learn a ton unless you're in the business and looking at selling and the art of selling and all of that. Big Bubba Rogers returns to that particular gimmick, which is ironic because it was the NWA in 1987 or so, late 86, early 87, where he became that gimmick. He literally has a match that's about 2 minutes, maybe, some punches and slaps around on the enhancement talent, also including the Boss Man Slam, for which he is famous. Randy Savage and Sting are out next, talking about the issues with the Faces of Fear, Sullivan, Beefcake, and Avalanche. The Nasty Boys are out as baby faces, which is ironic because they came in heel-ish, and they are now, kind of doing We're the Boys, We're the Boys, We're the Nasty Boys as a theme song, and also just kind of being a little more goofy than they were allowed to be in the WWF. Big splash in the corner by Brian Knobs, power slam, and top rope run by Sags. We then go to the interview where they basically continue their feud verbally with Harlem Heat. Also, we go into the Super Brawl Control Center. Super Brawl the following week. Vader promising to eliminate Hulk Hogan, promising that he has always been better than Hogan. Harlem Heat also cuts promo that they're going to take out the Nasty Boys once and for all here. Bunkhouse Buck and Dick Slater are here. Colonel Parker managing both of those individuals. Ming, aka the former Haku, alongside Buck, basically punch kick, couple of hard kicks along the way. Dick Slater back in and doing his bit. He's here through the early 96. We then go to a enhancement talent match with Kevin Sullivan. Sullivan punch kick, chop along the way. Nothing really to write home about there. Hangs him up, tree of woe, upside down in the corner, and double stomp gets a victory there. Sullivan, a major force in the quest to eliminate Hulk Hogan over the next year or so, maybe. Enhancement talent match for Paul Roma. Roma has gone into the main roster. Tommy Wright, I believe, is the enhancement talent of the moment here. Roma switches, arm drags, arm bars, and the like. Enhancement talent gets a little bit of an advantage, including a hammerlock for a couple of minutes here. Roma rolls him up, but eventually gets the drop kick and the top rope splash along the way. Kind of a diving fist drop to this particular splash, although that isn't always the case there. Ric Flair basically comes out and begs, for lack of a better term, the benefit that is Nick Bockwinkel, who's the commissioner at the time. They kind of do away with the commissioner throughout 95, early 96. Bischoff revealed in 96 as the owner of the company, or the executive vice president, more accurately. Of course, Ted Turner, the owner. But Flair basically saying he wants to get back in the action somehow, maybe as a manager, maybe buy it from Ted Turner, is something he says along the way, which obviously Flair doesn't have the money because he doesn't manage his money that well. Dust Wonderkin Alex right around here, and he hits a couple of European uppercuts, some drop kicks, and ultimately backflips, and it does some basic stuff here. I think at an earlier time, had he come along a couple of years sooner, obviously he couldn't because he wasn't old enough, but had he come along a few years sooner, I think he would have had a little bit more value to the company as a whole. Blacktop Bully here Punch kick, ties him up in the ropes. Blacktop Bully, of course, managed by Colonel Rob Parker. Parker sees his man kind of going forward with a choke hold, kind of choke out maneuver. Harlem Heat getting ready for the Nasty Boys within a couple of weeks at the WCW Super Brawl show here. Pump kick by Booker T. Harlem Hangover for them, and they return with the tag team championships that they've beaten the Nasty Boys for. Sister Sherry very happy with that development, obviously. And we move towards Johnny B. Bad, who is back and forth as a guy who is the television champion. Arn Anderson and Johnny B. Bad, a.k.a. Mark Merrow, is the main event for this particular program. Super good match, worth going out of your way to see. One of the few from 95 that hold that distinction. Bad tries to go to work on the arm of Anderson from an early perspective, and that's ironic almost because Anderson, known for systematically taking apart the arm, catches him with a knee in the midsection there, double underhook, and then we see some abdominal stretches and a tackle by Johnny B. Bad. Round about the backbreaker there, and we kind of see some really basic stuff. And Anderson, after getting nearly knocked out, does manage to last to the time limit. He was within minutes of losing the television championship back to Bad, who had held it for a good bit of time before that. Hulk Hogan promises to get rid of Vader in the strap match at the Uncensored pay-per-view in a couple of weeks into March. Uncensored is also, of course, the time when Dustin Rhodes is let go because he blades, as is the Blacktop Bully, as they both blade inside of a flatbed truck. But that will close us for this particular episode. We will be back right after this.